Extreme Exchange. Today I'm joined here by my fine guests, Xander, Abel, Colin, Justin, and Verma, all from my class. So in the video on Who Dares Claim Belief in God by Jordan Peterson, wait, Verma, correct me if I'm wrong, then okay. But basically, he was saying that claiming belief in something as high of a power as God makes you responsible for actions that are beyond your capabilities. So at least for Peterson, I know that his very his definition of belief is strictly to how you act things out. So it means that if I claim to believe in God, the actions that I must do to prove that I believe in God are so unattainable that nobody should claim belief in God. That's what he said, right? And so I would argue that if you take that standpoint, then you just can't believe in God. You just can't say that I believe in Christianity. And I think it's an argument that people use against Christianity, which is, why are you still doing bad things? You know, I mean, I asked myself before, if I truly believe that God exists, shouldn't I immediately stop whatever sinful things that I'm doing? And yet, time and again, I fall, right? And I fail, and it just doesn't make sense to me how I can know that God exists, but still do things that displease the literal God of the universe, you know. So what you said about the fact that maybe you can contradict your own beliefs, but it doesn't discredit your belief, is something that I'm more inclined to resonate with, actually.
I think I agree with that also. It's like things like if you believe that eating fast food is bad for your health, right? But it's
still eat it.
But then we all eat Macs like every time. So it's just because you believe something is true, like, so you know that there are trade-offs to doing an action counter to the belief, but you're willing to accept the trade-off. I think it doesn't undermine your belief. It just shows that you're aware of it.
Yeah, and like I find Jordan Peterson's like a definition of belief to be extremely limited.
It is very extreme.
Yeah.
Very extreme definition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and defend it. It's that sometimes you're not really you first. Okay, let me try and make the case for that. It's like sometimes you find yourself doing things that you question whether it's really. Does that make sense? Because I genuinely think that there are elements of you that you are not in control of. And so, like one example is dreams, right? Dreams. You can, sometimes you dream of things and you wonder, how on earth did I even conjure that up? Correct? And you think that I would never do this, but it came from you. Where else would it come from? So and not only that, but sometimes you can act in a certain way that you know to be wrong, but you still go and do it. Maybe it doesn't even have to be wrong. It could just be you want to do something. Then you find this interest, for example, right? You don't understand why certain things interest you and certain things don't. And so I would make the case that this you that you are not in control of is what you actually believe in. Does that make sense?
But if you argue that as the definition for belief, then wouldn't most people not believe in any religion? Because fundamentally humans would not 100% cohere to the things that, like the actions that are purportedly advanced forward by that religion. Like you might sin unknowingly, and going by that definition, that is the true you, and therefore you actually don't believe in that religion if you go by the definition. And so then that would mean that a lot of people are instead condemned to hell instead lah.
Yeah, and you said that. Oh, sorry. It said that like since belief is part of like the part of you that you can't control, then wouldn't that mean like belief is just innate? And we can't like change our beliefs, but I simply don't think that's true. Yeah.
So I think for me, well, I hope that isn't true. I hope that the case that your beliefs are the thing that you cannot control isn't true, because then it's quite big, right? Because then,
No, I'm pretty sure it just isn't true.
it's not true.
It's just straight up not true. Yeah. No, I think you're arguing a bit of semantics here. Yeah, I think it's just straight up not true. I like, you're arguing what definition of belief is, but
I guess, but
yeah.
I mean, it's important to distinguish because we're talking about heaven and hell here, you know.
I think it's possible that, okay, that the part of you that can't be controlled, let's just call it the subconscious. Okay, so it's possible that you have subconscious beliefs, but I think it's also very possible that you are able to change your beliefs, like alter your subconscious beliefs with enough like conviction and mental strength or whatever nonsense. So although it might be true that some of your beliefs stem from your subconscious, I think that it is highly likely that it is very easy to change the beliefs that you don't like. Yeah.
Would you say it's possible to cover it with the conscious? Because I think it's very difficult to change your subconscious beliefs. At least that's for me. Like if I absolutely hate Langdon, I'll never be able to change my liking for Langdon.
No, I think it's possible to completely change.
I think in like having your conscious part being strong enough, I think with that can somewhat influence the subconscious. So in a way, just override the subconscious.
Yeah. So I don't think it's like a cover. I mean, I think you can say it starts off as a cover, but if you commit hard enough, it just becomes the belief.
Yeah, I hope it was a fruitful and productive and enjoyable time. Yeah, you can follow these guys at their respective social media sites or whatever. I'm not gonna plug. So yeah, what kind of outro would I do?
Leave a like,
Comment,
drop a comment, and
Tap that subscribe
hit the
button.
bell.
Don't forget.
yeah.
If you want to be alerted to the
And then click this for the next video.
Actually, or whatever. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you in the next episode of the Extreme Exchange. Bye bye.